What a show we are having so far. We are in the stretch run of raising millions of dollars for the BC fire and flood families. I know we can do more. I know we can help BC families more. I know they need more help. If you have not donated yet, please do. If tens of thousands of us just put $10 in the cookie jar, we could save BC. If you have already gifted us, fist pump, thank you so much. Please pay it forward and challenge your friends on social media. One little challenge could make a lot of money. A very special thank you to those of you who started it all. And these are people who came up with this concept and need a pat on the back. Thank you very much to Melvina White of Tourism Nickel Valley and Experience Nickel Valley. Thank you so much to the co-bro founder, my bro, Greg Girard of ehCanadaTravel. Thank you to the late and great Kenny Hess, the founder of the Rockin' River Music Festival, who you will be seeing in an hour as we go over to the concert. And to moi, Greg Girard, we are very, very proud to have been part of this. It is incredible that a small group like this, small communities can walk in big boy pants, and we can do such big things in such a short period of time. I'm talking here 2.5 months short. And you know, some of you are sitting there maybe nudging and going, what's the rush? What is the rush, Greg? Why are we rushing this telethon? Well, it's pretty simple. Disasters do not wait to be convenient. Disasters do not ask first like a polite Canadian. Disasters don't have feelings. They don't care. They don't care about anything. No. The caring part to this situation we're all in is left up to us and to you. You more important, because you make the difference. We're the messenger, you're the giver. So I'm going to share with you some of the givers who have come along with us to challenge you. I like to say Saunders Contracting, based out of Merritt, BC, have challenged other contractors working in the affected areas, and they have challenged you to match or beat $10,000. Saunders Contracting is putting their fists out there, and they're challenging you, the contractors who have been involved in the recovery process of our communities. A big shout out to Mayor Linda Brown, who has donated $1,000, and she has challenged the politicians throughout Canada and BC. Step it up, $1,000. Can you, Mr. and Mrs. Politician, can you match Mayor Linda Brown's? And the last I'd like to make sure that we get out there is we have a senior. Now, we all love our seniors, but we also know seniors are very, very careful with their money. She, a senior who wishes to stay anonymous, has donated $1,000 and challenges other seniors who have not been affected by the flood. She is saying to all of you, please give, please match, please give, please match. Maybe our next performer will help you let your inner generosity out, because that's why we're here. Inner generosity needs to come out. Luisa Marshall sings and dances as Tina Turner. Luisa is a world-renowned and critically acclaimed Tina Turner tribute artist. Her uncanny resemblance to the legendary Queen of Rock, of roll, made her one of the best, if not the best, Tina Turner tribute artist in the world in her spectacular show, Tina, A Rock and Roll Journey. So ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to donate. I'd like you to give. I'd also like you to be as generous as you possibly can and join our Hell and High Water Telethon for the World and Rock and Roll Tribute Artist Champion, Luisa Marshall, as Tina Turner, with her Simply the Best band and dancers. Give it up for Luisa and I'm taking donations here. I'm talking about donations here. So let's go and let's give a big round of applause to Luisa Marshall.
Hello everyone, my name is Luisa Marshall, and I'm honored to be a part of High Water Telethon Fundraiser. Our Simply the Best team is humbled to reach out to each and every one of you to please help. The fire and flood victims in many communities are still struggling and haven't recovered from the devastation. We need you to give hope and make life easier for those affected during this difficult time. Thank you for making your donation.
Through the touch of your hand makes my pulses react. That is only the thrill of my little girl. Opposites attract. It's physical, only logical. You must try to ignore that it is more than that. What's love got to do with it? What's love with a second-hand emotion? What's love got to do with it? Who needs some heart when a heart can be broken? Amazing to you, and I'm acting confused when you're close to me. If I dare to look this, I really someplace I could cause to be. There's a name for it. There's a phrase that means, but whatever the reason, you do it on me. Oh, what's love got to do? Are you hear what's that? What's love with a second-hand emotion? What's up? What's love got to do with it? Who needs so hard when a heart can be broken? I've been taken out of the blue direction, but I have to say, oh, I've been thinking about my own protection. Scares me to feel this way. Oh, what's love got to do? All I hear was love. What's love but a second-hand emotion? What's that? What's love got to do with it? Who needs some heart when a heart can be broken? Who got to do with what's love, everybody? What's love with a sweet old-fashioned notion? What's love got to do with it? Who needs some heart when a heart can be broken? What's love got to do? Just having fun. 2, 3, 4. I left a good job in the city, working for a day every night and day. And I never lost a bed and I sleeping, but every night I waited things might happen. Wheels keep on turning, and I keep on burning. Rolling on the river. Rolling on the river.
Welcome back. Did you let that inner generosity out during the Tina Turner? I hope you did. I'm going to share something with you. The great late George Burns once said, "Happiness is having a large, loving, caring, close-knit family in another city." Well, news alert, Merritt, Abbotsford, Princeton, Monte Crete, Lytton, and surrounding First Nation communities are that other city on this night. So let's show some love with a small little gift. Our next performer to the Hell or High Water virtual stage is Karac Hendriks, 8-time Alberta Country Music Award nominee. Karac has been performing nonstop since Canada Day 2021 and is currently working on some new music. So we're happy to have him. His hit single of the same name, Karac Hendriks, "This Road Is Mine," is about his life growing up in East Central Alberta. Just being from Alberta deserves another donation, I would say. And soon, Karac will be releasing a series of singles produced by award-winning songwriter Troy Coco. Let's put our hands together for Karac Hendriks.
Hi, my name is Karac Hendriks. As an Alberta-based performing artist, I've spent my fair share of time on the road, entertaining people, meeting people from coast to coast. And that's what made seeing the fires and floods in British Columbia so heartbreaking. It affected so many Canadians. And that's what makes today so important. It's important to just give what you can. Please visit hellorhighwater.ca or the links on my social media channels and give what you can. Take care.
You can see the horizon, but there's no line between the land and sky. You can hear the rumble, but there's no echo, just no reason why you can't explain. Can you feel the magic? Can you sense from within the urge to do anything that you said to begin? Can you feel the magic that brings you here for gold? On your journey in your life, just as bold. Can you feel the magic? You can smell the morning air, a crisp reminder of your storied past. You can't touch the starting line, and you wonder how long it will last. Today's the day. Can you feel the magic? Can you sense from within the urge to do anything that you said to begin? Can you feel the magic that brings you here for gold? On your journey in your life, just as bold. Can you feel the magic? You can taste the victory. Can you feel the magic? Can you sense from within the urge to do anything that you said to begin? Can you feel the magic that brings you here for gold? On your journey in your life, just as bold. Can you feel the magic? Just as bold, here for gold.
Welcome back. We are in the last rounds of a heavyweight battle with BC Fire and Floods. We are going to the wire. We've taken some shots, but I am feeling very Rocky Balboa tonight. So this leads me up to a good quote by Anthony D'Angelo, once said, "Without a sense of caring, there can be no sense of community." And caring tonight is about building back our communities. So let's show we care. Please gift Merritt, Princeton, Abbotsford, Lytton, Monte Creek, and our friends on First Nation villages. Please show us you care. Our next performer is 5 times MA award winner, Kendra Kay. She has been featured on Spotify, curated playlists, New Music Friday, Fresh Finds Country, Live Country, and New Music Nashville. Kendra's recent single, Wild, was co-written by Carly Pearce and was featured as the cover of Amazon Music Canada Breakthrough Country. Her single, Steady, was featured on the American talk show, The Five. And no, here she is on our show. Please join me and let's welcome Kendra Kay to the Hell and High Water virtual stage.
Hey everybody, it's Kendra Kay. I'm a country music artist from Manitoba. I live on a cattle ranch in the middle of the Canadian prairies, so I understand firsthand the hardship of relying on Mother Nature. She can definitely throw us for some curveballs, and I can only imagine what you guys have been going through from the wildfires to then the floods out in BC. I truly feel for you guys, and I'm honored to be a part of today to try and build back everything that you guys have lost over the last year. If you have not yet been able to donate, you can head over to hellorhighwater.ca to donate today. I want to thank everybody involved that has placed in their time, their money, their efforts into this event today. We really appreciate you all. I'm going to play you guys my brand new single. This is called Wild.
You got the whiskey, I got the red wine, we got the stars lighting up the midnight sky, hanging high.
Performer or our next message on the Hell or High Water virtual stage is the band Big and Rich. This segment of the telethon is sponsored by our friends on Onside Restoration, who have been restoring damaged homes and businesses in Canada as far back as 1979, including the flood-affected homes here in BC. So thank you, Onside Restoration, for bringing our homes back to life.
Hello, this is Big Kenny of Big and Rich. Recently, historic flooding caused millions of dollars of damage to all the region around Merritt and across British Columbia. It wiped out a huge portion of the farming industry over the entire province, changing much of the landscape forever and leaving many without a home and a way of life. I'm reaching out to encourage all my friends to join me in supporting the Hell or High Water relief effort, raising funds to help our Canadian friends in beautiful British Columbia who have been devastated by these floods. I hope I can count on you to do all you can. Please help a little or a lot. It all matters. Go to www.hellorhighwater.ca and let's all make a difference. Can I get an amen?
Hey everybody, it's John Rich from Big and Rich here, giving a big shout out to all the hardworking folks up in British Columbia around the Merritt, BC area, our farmers especially, who lost so much land and animals and livestock in these horrific floods that happened a while back. Big and Rich, listen, we love the folks in Canada, some of our greatest fans up in Canada, and of course we love people who work hard too, just like you guys. So if you'd like to help support the recovery effort for the folks up in Merritt, BC and the surrounding area, you can go to hellorhighwater.ca, hellorhighwater.ca, and make a donation and know that you're helping some really great people. God bless you guys and hang in there. Take care.
Welcome back again, everybody. I'm so happy to have you all here joining us tonight. We are so ready to rock this thing. We're so ready to beat up this BC wildfire and flood issue. And to do so, we need to tell you the stories. These stories are raw, they are hard, and they are on the sleeve. So that brings us to Todd Davidson, is the museum curator in the town of Princeton, British Columbia, Canada. Todd had a front row seat to the destruction caused by the Tulameen River. When it bursted banks, it turned the streets and alleyways in the village into a network of raging rivers and bad attitude tributaries. The Tulameen River carved a path through homes, under homes, and around homes. It was creating its own tributary universe. It was sad. In its wake, the river left behind a thick coat of mud. It was unbelievable how thick it was. They had to pry it off with shovels. And the debris that left behind caused havoc and chaos. Todd was kind enough to give us his time to meet with us in our Hell or High Water virtual studio for a one-on-one about the past, the present, and the challenging future caused by the Princeton floods. This segment of the telethon we're happy to call is the people of the BC fires and floods. Please enjoy with Todd. Thank you, Todd, for joining us on the Hell or High Water Telethon to share your Princeton flood stories as a special guest on our 5-part mini-series we are calling The People of the BC Fires and Floods. So Todd, let's start off tonight with our little chit-chat by please introduce yourself and share some interesting aspects about yourself and living life in Princeton, BC.
Well, thank you very much. I'm very pleased to be a part of this incredible venture. My name, as you know, is Todd Davidson. I am currently the operations manager at the Princeton Museum, which is run by a nonprofit society in partnership with the town of Princeton. I've been here for about 4 years, and prior to that, my wife and I lived in the Lower Mainland.
And that Princeton Museum too, Todd, that's a real gem here in the area. And if they're in Princeton, they should come and see you, right, Todd?
Yes, indeed. It is a hidden gem. It's one of the prettiest little museums in the whole province.
That brings us to our next question, Todd. Let's go back to the morning of the floods. Your photos that you've sent in really captured the devastation, and they really showed that you were front and center as they approached and as they enveloped the community. Can you maybe take us back through that day and how you were feeling and what you were seeing at that time?
Well, the leading up to the flood, the day was quite. It was something that I will never forget. We started off in the Lower Mainland and left Surrey about 2 in the afternoon, heading home, and of course it was raining heavily. Not that that's a problem. It's British Columbia. You expect that sort of thing, but this is a little different. And we got out Highway 1 and realized that the highway was closed ahead of us. So we detoured at Sumas and took Highway 7. And it was a very, I was worried the whole time because you could clearly see how the fields were inundated with water. The farmers' fields were starting to flood at that point and getting close to the level of the roadway in Highway 7 in many places. But worse than that was the water that was coming off of the hills directly beside the highway and just cascading down those hills. And of course, after we got through, landslides did come down behind us. We were very fortunate. By the time we got to Hope, it was dark and the power was out in Hope. So it was very surreal. The traffic just came to a complete standstill. It took forever for us to get to Highway 3. Of course, we're quite familiar with Highway 3, so that was really no problem, but it was unusual. It rained the whole way from Surrey all the way to Princeton. That's quite unusual. We got home and had something to eat and started to relax a little bit. And then I noticed that the water was starting to rise in the street a little bit. Now, that's not unexpected where we live. We are right at the junction of the Tulameen and Similkameen River. I could throw a softball to the little park where the two rivers come together. And so when it rains very heavily, it's not unusual to have a little water in the street, but this was making me a little bit nervous. So I went for a walk up onto the dike and the water was incredibly high at that point. It's probably, I'd say maybe 9 o'clock at night. And I looked over to the park and the park was completely flooded. It had between 2 and 3 feet of water above the land in the park. The porta potties were kind of starting to bob a little bit. It wasn't looking too good. But not too long after that, we had a call from a neighbor who was associated with the town, and he advised us that it would be a good thing to get ready to go. And so we heeded that. It wasn't that long after that, I got a phone call from my father, who lived in an apartment on the other side of town, and he had been evacuated. The water had overtopped the dike immediately where his apartment building was, and so he was up at the evacuation center. And I thought, well, we may as well go up there and keep him company, never thinking that there was going to be a real flood.
Yeah.
And we went up there, and so we were wise to do that. There was a lot of people in our little neighborhood there who did not get out before the flood and had to be rescued the next day. And even later than that, a lot of people got caught. And so we were very fortunate to get out and get up to the evacuation center.
It's hard to even describe this whole experience that you went through there, Todd, with the devastation. And you must have run through a whole gamut of emotions while you were going through this.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. It was hard to believe that it was actually happening. But my first view of the flood, and one that I will never forget, was from up on the hill where the evacuation center is, and looking down on the town in disbelief, because the south side of the dike was in the middle of the river.
Wow.
I mean, the river on the wrong side of the dike was just as wide and moving just as fast as the actual river itself. And that's an image that I'll never forget.
I can't even imagine what it was like Todd, to go through such a harrowing experience. And this is exactly why we're all here tonight, to try and raise money for the people who are forgotten, the displaced people, and there are thousands. And as Canadians, as a proud Canadian, I'm proud to say that we're all doing our best here to try and bring you a quality show, quality entertainment, as well as to raise funds for our friends and neighbors. So what is the situation now in Princeton as you move through the recovery process, Todd?
It's actually varied. It really depends on where you are and who you are. The little area that I live in is a construction zone. They've had heavy equipment in there for weeks, drilling under the river and drilling under the highway, putting in new allowances for the natural gas lines, because the natural gas lines were damaged in the flood, as were some of the underground water lines. We're still on a boil water advisory here, and will be for some time, I'm sure. There's dumpsters all over the streets for people to continue putting debris in. There's no more of the big piles of garbage on the street, but there's still an awful lot of junk being developed because of people, tearing the insides of their houses out, and this is happening at all different rates, because basically at this point in time, people are going out of pocket. Do they have money to do anything right now?
Yeah.
And so some people do and some people don't. So in some cases, there's very little happening. There's very little insurance money coming through because of where we were. Most people were not eligible for overwater insurance coverage. So there's very, very little money coming that way. It's really a difficult situation, but the town, every level of support from the individuals all the way up has been incredible. We've had, it's really, I hope it's more than just a small town thing, because quite frankly, regardless of the flood, there's really no place that I'd rather be. We have been so well supported in this thing. And I could go on about that, right from, there was roaming gangs of people with buckets and shovels that would help anyone. There was people walking the streets with sandwiches and refreshments for the people that were working on their homes. Like you say, is this going to continue? That is the question. I think it's really important that we all think about developing a culture of supporting one another, because this has happened to us now. The fires were decimating for so many people. This isn't going to change. We're going to see more of this kind of thing in the future, and it will hit in other places. We should all think about this as being in this together, quite frankly.
Todd, before we let you go, real quick, is there anything else you would like to share with us and our audience?
2021 was such a devastating year for so many people in our province. It'll take many, many years and and the assistance of countless people to get back to anything resembling normal. And as I said, I really truly think that we should be trying to think in terms of a culture of support. So many community sort of groups and have fallen away over the years. There's, all of these groups, the Elks and the Lions, and so many of those things are fading, and the legions are fading, and we're becoming a group of individuals. And we really need, in times like this, to start thinking more about each other. And I think that what you're doing here is fantastic. I really do think that everyone should support the Hell or High Water Fund. And to anyone else who already has, thank you so much.
Todd, I'd like to say thank you so much for sharing your stories and your experiences with us, Canadians and the world. And we ask everyone out there to please help by donating. Go to www.hellorhighwater.ca. Thank you so much. Take care.
Thank you very much.
Welcome back. I have faith in you. Yes, I do. BC does. And I'm hoping your inner generosity is bursting and you are out there helping us with the BC fire and flood families. Our next guest, born and raised in the Vancouver area, Jason Cooper, has always been a fan of country music. Learning how to blend the traditional honky-tonk style with the mainstream sound, Cooper used his knowledge when penning the songs for his debut album, Old School Country, which he released the summer of 2018. Over the past years, Jason has entertained the crowds at many bars throughout Western Canada, festivals and fairs, including yours and my favorite, Merritt Mountain Music Festival and Rock and River Music Festival, Abbotsford Agri Fair, and so many more. So here comes Jason Cooper. Put your hands together, give him a big virtual applause.
Hi there, my name is Jason Cooper, and I'm honored to be part of the Hell or High Water Concert Telethon Fundraiser event. As you know, recent fires and massive flooding have devastated the town of Merritt, British Columbia. This hit close to home for me, as both my parents, my brother, and an uncle live there and had to be evacuated for 18 days. Fortunately, their homes were safe, but unfortunately, many homes were not. This is where you come in. www.hellorhighwater.ca is where you can make your donation. Every dollar counts and is so much appreciated. I'm a singer-songwriter and have been playing music for over 30 years, going up to Merritt, even with my dad, who's also somewhat of a local celebrity. I'm going to do an original song for you, a little bit of an original song. I'm also part of a tribute show called the Country Icons, which also play up in Merritt. And I'm going to do a bit of a song that is in that show also. So here's an original called Johnny Cash, Pumpin' Gas. We were stuck in traffic, my son and me, when he yelled out, "Dad, I gotta pee." Sounded like I had to think quick what to do. Just up ahead was a place to take him. I pulled into this old gas station. I figured, yeah, while we're here, we could fuel up too. A man dressed in black walked up to me and said, "Hello, son, what's it gonna be?" I couldn't believe my eyes and my blood turned cold. Well, I handed him 2 shaky 20s. He looked at me and said, "Hey, buddy, you want your oil checked?" And I just stuttered, no. He looked like Johnny Cash, pumping gas at the Chevron. I had a double take to make sure my eyes were really seeing wrong. Well, I thought that I was dreaming when he said he'd been to Folsom. He looked like Johnny Cash, pumping gas at the Chevron. I thought that I was dreaming when he said he'd been to Folsom. He looked like Johnny Cash, pumping gas at the Chevron. He looked just like Johnny Cash, pumping gas at the Chevron. Irregular. Now, like I said earlier, here's a bit of a song from the tribute show called Today I Started Loving You Again. Today I started loving you again, and I'm right back to where I really always been. I got over you just long enough to let my heartache mend. And then today I started loving you again. Thank you.
Welcome back. My favorite color is red. It's cold outside. You know what? It's cold outside because that thermometer on our hellorhighwater.ca website is not high enough. It needs to warm up. So just in time, I've got to ask you the big question of the day. Have our musicians, have our locals, dignitaries, and hosts earned your generosity yet? I know, I sound like a broken record. I get it. I sound like a broken record. I get it. But everything, it seems, in our communities right now is broken, washed away, or burnt down. So being a broken record, I figure, is pretty appropriate. Our next performance is another Albertan, now Nashville-based country music star, Aaron Goodvin. His dossier includes 2 critically acclaimed albums, 2 #1 singles, a CCMA win and 9 nominations, and a 2020 Juno nomination. Goodvin's also responsible for Lonely Drum. Probably some of you have heard of this, the global juggernaut that continues to do well long after its release. His newest release, Lucky Stars, features Goodvin creating dazzling music ranging from the #1 single, Boy Like Me, to the follow-up track, Lucky Stars. So everybody, put your hands in your wallet, generate as much as you can, then put your hands together for Aaron Goodvin on our Hell or High Water virtual stage. Here's Aaron.
Hey everybody, it's Aaron Goodvin here. I'm so happy to be here to be able to support. I've had an incredible career and continue to have an incredible career on country radio in Canada, and been able to tour and be able to do all these amazing things where all my dreams are coming true. And it's truly an amazing place to be. But I think one of my favorite things about it is that when bad things happen to good people, I'm able to try and step in and use some influence to try and do some good in the world. And I think that's, that is why I'm here today. I've heard of all the devastating fires and floods in British Columbia. My dad is from British Columbia. BC's always been, we camp in BC every year, so we've definitely seen a lot of the stuff that's happened out there and heard a lot of stories about people losing their homes. This has affected hundreds of people that are still not even in their homes, don't even have homes to live in. So I just wanted to come on here, play you a song, and tell you if you can donate, if there's any way that you can donate today, that would be amazing. hellorhighwater.ca is the best way to do that. Head on over there, put in a donation, just give what you can. This is, if you were in these people's position, you would really appreciate it. So I really think it's time to send a little dough their way and try and help wherever we can. That's why I'm here today. I'm just blessed to be able to use my voice today to try and help this cause. So I just also wanted to say a huge thank you to everybody that has supported these families so far. That is incredible. Thank you so much for your generous donations. In lieu of everything, I've got a song out on the radio right now called Lucky Stars that is one of my favorite songs I've ever written. It's a little more relationship driven, but I think the message is clear. I think in times like this, we have to count our lucky stars. We have to count our blessings. that we have, and just try and fight through this in every way we can. So here's a little song called Lucky Stars. I hope you enjoy it. Please head on over to hellorhighwater.ca and donate if you can. And I hope you like this song. I take a lot for granted. I never say I'm sorry when I should. This life I've been handed, I probably shouldn't be half this good. But there's something about the moonlight, there's something about your brown eyes tonight that's making me realize that I would be a damn fool if I didn't count my lucky stars to get to be where you are. I wanna hit my knees and thank the good Lord for every wrong turn and every scar that led me to the one who has my heart. To count my lucky stars. There ain't no way around it. I'm the worst at getting in my own way. I don't deserve it, but I found it. Someone who loves me anyway. So I count my lucky stars to get to be anywhere you are. I wanna hit my knees and thank the good Lord for every wrong turn and every scar that led me to the one who has my heart. And count my lucky stars. I wanna hit my knees and thank the good Lord for every wrong turn and every scar that led me to the one who has my heart. Count my lucky stars. Count my lucky stars. My lucky star. Thank you very much, everybody. And don't forget to head on over to hellorhighwater.ca and donate now.
Stuart Patrick Jr. from New Toronto and Merritt, BC. I'm doing prayer, dance, and prayers for hell or high water, all my relations.
Hi there, I'm Mike Reno from Loverboy. Myself and the boys in the band take great pride in participating in the cause to raise funds for thousands of families displaced, homeless, and affected by the BC wildfires and floods. We ask that you give, if you can, what you can, to the Hell and High Water fundraiser. Myself and the boys would like to say, stay safe, and we hope you enjoy donating to our song. Working for the weekend. Rock on, you guys.
Come on, hit it, Maddie!
Everyone's watching to see what you will do. Everyone's looking at